Good morning class, good morning everyone. In this video, I'm going to share with you or I'm going to discuss with you how to create a customized banner in HTML. So this one. Okay, so this will be your guide in performing your performance task number 2 for quarter 2. Okay, so this is actually a sample of a web page created before. Okay, so from section Raw and Gin. Okay, so this is the banner or cover. This is what I'm going to discuss with you, and these are the buttons or functional buttons in a web page. So for instance, if we're going to click the home, so it will display the home page. So this one. Okay, so when we click history, these are functional buttons using actually the anchor tag or the links topic in HTML. So this is what I'm going to discuss for this part 2 of after creating our banner. So okay, and this text, this moving text is actually using the marquee tag in HTML. So okay, so wall of fame, so this is for actually mouse over and mouse out. So mouse over, it changes the button, and when you click this one, this will actually display for the wall of fame. This will actually contains the images of the students. So I'm not going to click this one for their privacy, their names and their pictures. So author, the author is actually contains your who am I. So when I click this one, this will display the who am I. So for privacy, I'm not going to click this one, so because I'm going to upload this one on YouTube. Okay, so for this one, for Facebook link who created this web page. Okay, so another example is this one created by section Hertz before. So this is her banner design, customizing the banner using Adobe Photoshop. So okay, these are the buttons. When I mouse over, it changes actually to the related text that will display actually on a web page. History, so this is the history of Surigao del Norte National High School. Okay, wall of fame, I'm not going to click this one for privacy. Author and Facebook. Okay, this time we're going to create, I'm going to show you how to customize your banner in Photoshop. So first, you're going to open Adobe Photoshop or click. So next, you're going to create a new document in Photoshop. You click the file, you click new. Okay, then you can actually customize the design of your banner. For instance, we're going to name this one as banner. For instance, banner FN, banner final. Okay, so the width is, for instance, you can actually customize the width. So I'm going to put in inches. This is, for example, 4.3. And the height is in inches. That's for example, I'm going to put 1.2. Okay, so if you want to see the conversion, actually the resolution is 300 pixels per inch RGB. Okay, so if you want to see the conversion or the equivalent in pixels, you just simply click here at the unit of measurement in Photoshop, and you can click pixels, and you can see it changes to meaning the 4.3 is 100 I mean 1290, and the 1.2 is 360. So actually the equivalent of 1 inch is 300 pixels. Okay, so you can actually use the pixels or inch. Okay, so this time, since that is the equivalent, you can click here, or you can stay or choose an inch. Okay, so for example, I'm going to click create to create customize dimensions of the banner that we're going to import it on HTML document. So okay, this time you're going to select your pictures or images you want to design, or use your designing skill in creating your banner. Okay, for example, you're going to look for the designs you want to put on your banner. For example, I'm going to use this one as my background. So it's up to you to choose for your background. For example, this one, I'm going to resize by dragging the fill handle to resize, and then at the bottom, and then I'm going to press enter to accept. Then next, choose another image you want to put or customize your banner. For example, you want to put a school, since this is a school web page sample design. Okay, drag it to PS, do not release your mouse, drag it to your canvas, release. Okay, so this time you press enter. For example, you want to use another image, so it's up to you to design your banner. For instance, I'm going to use this picture, or you can use images like this. Okay, so for instance, you're going to choose this one, drag it to your canvas, release. Okay, so I want to emphasize that this picture is actually a PNG or portable network graphics. So when you search online, you search for portable network graphics, you write PNG. So these are actually transparent graphics. I'm going to hold down the shift to retain the proportion para dili mo tambok, di mo niwang ang picture. For example, I'm going to put it here on the right side. You press enter, and then choose another image. Okay, for example, this one, drag it to the canvas. For instance, you want to put it here, you resize like this one. Okay, so you can actually, you can change this one. You can move here if you want to move the girl on the right side, and then you can resize, press enter. So for example, click the void layer here so that you can move here. You can hold down the shift, so in order to align, you can see there is an alignment guide. So because I'm holding down the shift key. Okay, so if you want to transform the boy, you want to flip, you can click image, edit. You can go to transform. You can flip horizontally the image. You can see it changes, it flips on the right side, or facing on the right side. Okay, this, you click this one, the picture. So for example, if you want to remove this one, because I've already edited this one, before you can remove that, you can select the layer, right click here on the name of the layer, name meaning diha sa SNNHS, you can rasterize. You can see rasterize when you right click, rasterize layer. Okay, this time you can now edit this one. You can choose, okay, you can choose an eraser to erase. Okay, I will show you how to erase this one using as eraser tool. Okay, so eraser tool, right click here so that you can see the hidden tools, left click eraser tool, and you can see at the options bar here, you can choose a soft brush like this. You can also choose a hard brush or hard round brush. The difference between the two is, for example, this one is a soft brush 70, you can erase, but look at the edges of the picture, it's actually soft. So the difference between the hard brush, this one, looking a hard round brush, is when you erase it is sharp. See, look at the edges, sharp edges. But you can also use, instead of erasing, so if you are good in designing, you can use the eraser tool, you can use the hard brush or soft round brush to make a collage of your own of images you're going to import in Photoshop. But you can also use this one if you want a straight cut. You can also use this rectangular marquee tool, or if you want to erase a straight rectangular marquee. So okay, for example, you want to erase this one like this. Okay, so the portion inside this marching ants or selection tool, if you are going to press delete on the keyboard, that will be erase, delete. Okay, so straight. So to remove that marching ants or selection, you can press Control D or dog to deselect. Okay, so mabaya. So for example, if you want to erase, okay, this one. So if you want to erase this one like this, without using the eraser tool, if you want to erase a straight cut which is in diagonal, you can use the pen tool. This is the use of the pen tool. Okay, use the pen tool, click. Okay, so make sure this is fat, not shape. So fat. Okay, so you can click here. So I want to straight cut this one diagonally. Here, click. So make a selection, meaning select the portions of the image you want to erase. That one. So close path. So you can right click anywhere inside the path, anywhere, right click. Then you can choose make selection, left click, and then you click OK. So this time it converts now to a selection. So when you press delete, okay, it's actually the inverse of the selection. So you click edit and step back. So we don't want that one. So we are going to select, and then we are going to inverse the selection. Select, then click inverse, because I want to erase this portion other than the top. So this time when I press delete, it erases actually on the portions you choose for the pen tool. So to remove selection, you press Control D. Okay, so for example, that one. Okay, so you can put anywhere on your design. You can press Control T to resize. So press Control T. Hold down the shift to retain the proportion of the image. Okay, so for example, you resize like this, and you can rotate. You can position your mouse here on the side, and you can see a curved double-headed arrow. That means to hold down your left mouse button, and you can rotate the picture if you want to rotate. Okay, so here I don't want to rotate. I'm going to press enter. Okay, so if you want to type text, you can click the text tool here, click, and then click anywhere you want to type text. So click, this is an I-beam, an indicator that you can now type text. So click. So when you click, it actually creates, at the options bar, you can see the options for text, since the active tool is text. Okay, so this one is layer 1. So meaning if we're going to type, the color of the text is black. So for example, you want here okay, so Surigao High only for tutorial purposes, so that we can maximize our time. Okay, so to customize this text, you can actually right click here, or you can change the font by double clicking this T, double click. So if you want bold text, okay, so click here. For example, I want to choose this one. Okay, that one, bold text. So you can click the check to accept. Okay, so you can customize the letters of our text. You can right click here at the name of the layer, Surigao High, and then you click the blending options. Okay, at the blending options, you can emboss the text. Okay, here if you want to, you can move this one to show the text. Okay, so for instance, you want to change the color of the text, you can change that one here by clicking the color overlay here. Okay, so by clicking this one, color overlay, you can choose a color here. You want to choose this one. Okay, so it changes that color. This one is the new current color. When you click OK, so that's the color. So when you click OK, that's the color. So if you want to again customize the text, you can actually blend colors here. You can, for example, you are going to uncheck the color overlay and you want the gradient overlay here. So this is the gradient overlay. So for example, if you want to click the color here, if you want to edit the color, you can actually edit the color. So I don't want this orange, so if you don't want this orange, you can click this one and then you can delete this color. So here you can see, if you want to replace a color, so for instance, I want to replace the blue, so you click the blue here and then you choose color here. For example, I want green, this green. Okay, you can click here, dark. Okay, so here I want that green, so click OK. So then if you are satisfied with the color, you click OK. So that's how to customize text in Photoshop. Okay, so if you want to put an outer glow, you can choose an outer glow here. Click outer glow and you can see, you can choose a color of the glow. For example, I want yellow or blue, light blue here. You can click here and OK, and observe what will happen when I click the spread and the size. See that it adds glow to your text. So okay, you can choose bevel and emboss here. This one, see, it changes to emboss text, and you can put a stroke meaning the outline of the text. Here this is black and you can choose an outline. For example, you want only gray outline. Okay, so the light gray here, it's light, that one. Okay, and then you click OK, and then you can actually change the size, the thickness of the stroke here. So okay, for example, if you like only 5 or 3, you can type 3. Okay, and then if you are satisfied, you click OK. You can apply all this layer style in Photoshop. You can choose drop shadow. Here you can find all the layer style. You can apply this one to images and you can also apply this one to text. Okay, so that's how to customize text in Photoshop. Okay, so if you want to put a logo, you can click here and open the logo for Surigao del Norte. You can drag in Photoshop and you can put it here. Okay, you can resize, hold down the shift to retain the proportion so that you will have a perfect circle logo. You hold down the shift key on your keyboard. Okay, so if you want again another logo for this one, for example this one, logo for the DepEd National, you can still hold down the shift. So if you want same size, you can overlap, you can hold down the shift here. Okay, so this time holding down the shift and moving, it will align the logo, align. So there is your guide that the two logo are aligned. Okay, so that is how to create or customize banner that will be used for your banner in your web page in HTML. Simple banner. Okay, so you just enhance your skill in Photoshop so that you can make a very nice banner for your web page. Okay, so to save your banner, you can click File, Save As. For example, we have already given a name to your banner, banner FN. So you make sure that where you save your web page, the same folder you save your banner, so that it will read on the code. So I have saved that one to desktop, and then HTML here, and then you can choose, if you want a backup, you save for PSD, and then you save again for save twice, so that you have still time to edit if you want to have changes to your banner. For example, I want to save in PNG here, this one. So PNG is the type of file, and then click save on HTML, save. Okay, so to import that one to your web page, so let us look at the code. This one, this is the code that you're going to use for creating a banner. Okay, so doc type, meaning this is actually the telling the browser that this is an HTML type of file. Okay, so here is your fab icon, your title, your head, your background, my BG. So okay, so if we observe, my BG is actually, this is the syntax for the code to insert background image. You just make sure the type of file, if this is JPEG, PNG, or GIF. GIF are graphic interchange format. These are motion graphics. So if you want motion graphics on your web page as your background, just like the sample. Okay, so this one is the image source, your banner. Okay, so we will look at your background, my BG. So here in the folder, my BG, so meaning this is my background. So you make sure that the file name of your background is the same name as in your code. So if this is case sensitive, if this is small letters, dapat in your code is also a small letter, my BG. If this JPEG, you make sure that the file you are creating is JPEG, not PNG. You just point this one, you see, you can see the item type is JPEG file. Okay, so this time we're going to insert your banner. Banner FN is the file name. So here we are going to edit this one, and we're going to change this one to banner FN. Oh no, so caps lock. Okay, so save this one. Okay, so that is your banner. So I'm going to discuss this one, this hypertext reference, and these are actually the code for buttons for mouse on, mouse over, and on mouse out. Okay, so I'm going to discuss this one next to this video to emphasize. This is the code for the marquee, the text that will move on your screen. This is the syntax for the code to insert. You can change this one. You change the text, and you can change the scroll amount. You can change to 15, 10. You can change the size of the text, the face, and the color of the text. This is actually the hexadecimal value of the color of the text. And you can see this, you can look at that one in Photoshop, or you can search that one in Google. Okay, so let us try to run this program. Launch in Chrome. Okay, so here is your banner. So this is how to create your banner in HTML. You can press Control minus to zoom out, Control plus to zoom in, Control minus. Okay, so this one, these are the buttons or functional buttons, and I'm going to discuss this one next on this video tutorial. Thanks for watching.